Well, hey there. Congratulations. We've done it. We are successfully moving into that next phase. Yes. So grab your candle, save that spot, and start clearing your thoughts. Remember why we light the candle. This is important. We light our candle to connect back to Mother Earth, to Mother Nature, to our ancestral roots, to fire. The same way that our ancestors did. Connecting back to breath and making time for ourselves. We have learned in this oracle meditation that we inhale the blessings, the medicine, and magic in the air. And it comes from us. So start clearing your thoughts and start finding that rhythm of breath. We have learned to unlock those secrets in the air. Start clearing your thoughts. And welcome to your oracle meditation. Here, we connect back to the moon phases to help guide us on our journey, using the planets to help navigate our way. Here, we know that when we connect back to the moon phases, we are using that portion control and not working on the whole self, but pieces. So today we are sitting in the first phase, the new flower moon, 0% visible, which tells us we will be very sensitive. This calls for a fresh new start, for cleansing and cleaning and setting intentions. This is all about self-development and becoming aware of the process in which we're in. We are sitting in the first chakra, the root chakra, working on grounding, on physical needs, on security, survival, even manifesting. We are moving from the constellation Aries. Aries, we work on, that tells us to work on our head and on our thoughts, taking action, ruled by the planet Mars. And Mars is all about that stand and fight type of energy. In this first phase, we have moved into Taurus. This first phase, we move into Taurus. Working on our neck, working on our flexibility, working on seeing the other side, using that ruling planet of Venus, which is all about love and what you value. This is how we unlock that information. Don't stop breathing. When you use these natural rhythms, you are combining subconscious and conscious and medicine and magic. This new flower moon is asking us to consider your consciousness in your inner garden. What seeds of intention will you plant this cycle? Don't stop breathing. Let's unlock the magic that's in the air, using the oracle cards to pick up that blessings, medicine, and magic. Don't stop breathing. Next, let's work on that body scan. A body scan, for those of you that are new, is where we imagine a hoop that is connected to our breath. Inhale, let that hoop go high. Work on your imagination. When you use that imagination, you unlock the chamber of blessings, medicine, and magic. Exhale and make room for them. Inhale the blessings, the medicine, and magic, and exhale to make room. That's it. Slow down. One last time, inhale, and this time, let it create a bubble in its wake when you exhale. That bubble, that's our transportation. That hoop, that's our relaxation. Feel that hoop sliding down your forehead. Relaxing and closing your eyes. Releasing your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Inhale, let it go all the way back up as high as you can imagine. Exhale, let it sink down. This time, work on that bubble. That bubble's our transportation, that hoop's our relaxation. This is important. We have learned that if we don't use our imagination, we will lose it. Connect back to that innocence. You've done the work. Let's start that new cycle, that new way. When you've reached the end, use that imagination and tie off your hoop. Tie off that bubble. No rush. Don't rush the process. Let everybody catch up. Tie it off. Create a balloon with a long cord or a root or a ribbon or a vine. Connect it back to Mother Earth. Feel that connection. Sink into the void. Follow that clairaudience and sink. Sink. That new vibration that you sense, that's the void. This is where we come to create, come to refocus, come to be together once again, to hear a story and use our imagination. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean you don't stop working on ourselves. We now have adult time. We know how to make room for those blessings, the medicine and magic, to help us co-create the world. So come. Sink deeper into the darkness, deeper into the void. And let's use our imagination. As we walk the red road that leads to the sacred mountain, to the unobstructed view, to that next journey, to the start of our next journey, we start in the east. The east is the beginning, home of the eagle that carries our blessings and our wishes and our magic up to the heavens. Starting with that illumination and that clarity as we start at the top of those mountains. Understand that because we are a tribe, we walk together. Sometimes it may not feel that way, but if you're here and if you're listening, you have found your way back home, back where we can balance the signs, the symbols, and the synchronicities. Today, the curse. Remember that we are cycle breakers. This new journey starts with working on that idea that we are cursed. Understand that anything that comes up that we can shed light on, that becomes our magic. We've learned to alchemize our thoughts, our actions, our words, to be that cycle breaker, to be that curse breaker, to offer clarity where we thought was darkness. There is information in the dark. There is information in history, in your history. Understand that it's not a curse. We are working on that foundation, on that physical need and security. We are being offered illumination to start our journey, to take action with love and find out what you value the most. The animal that steps before us, telling us, the elder bee telling us to work with purpose. We are sitting in that inner garden, watching our flowers bloom and planting new seeds for the future. Understand that that curse was like a gate to keep you away. We are shining light on that. We have learned to listen to the planets telling us to take action, telling us to do it with unconditional love. Seeing that other side, that zodiac tells us to work on the neck. Taurus, we are moving away from our head and that not wanting to get into the flow. No longer fighting, and we have understand that we don't stand and fight, we take action. That ancestor that walked before us to help guide us with a message to love yourself because you are worth it. This is the action that we are taking, to love yourself. It sounds so minuscule, so small. These words are just a 4-letter word. But I challenge you to love yourself because you're worth it, and work with a purpose to break that curse, that block, that gate, break down that wall. We are starting a new journey headed towards the east of the beginning of the rising sun to shine and to allow that darkness to have illumination. Knowing that we are all on a coaching, that soul coaching, telling us to live with delight. We have found our tribe. We have found that new beginning. We have found the rhythm of nature, healing our innocent child and creating more love around us. That bubble that we use to transport ourselves, here we go. We are now that representation of tree, deep roots, strong body, arms reaching for the sky, creating new blossoms and new ideas, creating that grounding foundation, that physical need of security, of love. No longer surviving but thriving, manifesting what we want and taking this time to set those intentions, to allow your mind to be completely blank, so you can listen to that intuition. Start that journal. You are the tree that balances out the heavens and the earth. Write your story down. Listen to what your mind and your body and your spirit are saying, reminding you that you are part of a team and that it is time to let love in. This is our message. This is our gift from today. So let's use our tools and our knowledge and go deeper into our mind to start that fresh new beginning with clarity, to break through that idea that we are cursed. We are reminded that we are cycle breakers, telling us that we work with purpose in a garden of our mind, that inner garden where we can harvest those flowers and plant new ones, knowing that this is a cycle to love yourself because you are worth it, to live, to laugh, to love and delight, to continue to love ourselves and nurture ourselves, using the tools of journaling to help clear our way and to allow that love to be let in. Now let's take our message further into the void, where we could do a session of EFT. EFT is emotional freedom technique, where we can allow our body to free our mind of what burdens it. So first, sink deeper into the darkness and use that clairaudience to hear the crackling fire, to hear Mother Earth sing to us, call to us. Use your imagination. Here we go. Hear the crackling of the fire in the water. Sit for a moment and take in the beauty, because you're worth it. Take it in. Let this new spring scenery help you unwind. As I look at these cards, I find it interesting that there is an 8, a 14, a 4, a 3, 14, a 44, a 25. So it's 3 4s and 5s. 2 if you add that. 1 if you do the 14. I just see the sequence and you see the synchronicities. Break through that illusion and create that fresh new start. And if you're ready already sitting by the fire, listening to the water, soaking up that fresh new start, find that area on your hand where you would do a karate chop and tap. This is how we wake up that emotional body. Switch hands and tap. Next, find that area on your eyebrow where you would have your third eye, that side of your intuition. Tap and repeat this phrase. I delight in everything in my world, and divine joy fills me. Tap the side of your eye, your temple, and repeat. I delight in everything in my world, and divine joy fills me. Tap the under your eye and repeat. I delight in everything in my world, and divine joy fills me. Tap under your nose and repeat. I delight in everything in my world, and divine joy fills me. Tap your chin and repeat. I delight in everything in my world, and divine joy fills me. Slide down your throat to the beginning of your collarbone and repeat. I delight in everything in my world, and divine joy fills me. Tap under your arm and repeat. Under your arm and repeat. I delight in everything in my world, and divine joy fills me. Tap the top of your head and let this message sink in. This message deletes an old habit, an old phrase that you keep repeating into yourself, an old curse, and allows you to release and create something new. Sit and let this message sink in. After we leave here and join back into the world, join me for after this meditation, and I will go deeper into this, the meaning of how we put this together and how you can incorporate it into your world. So if you're ready, let's move ourselves back to the void, leaving the calm and carrying the calm with us back to the chaos. succumb. Back to the void first. No need to move. Let your imagination take over. Almost. Welcome back. Welcome back to the void. Here. Remind yourself that you are worth it. So let go of those worries, those fears, that anxiety. Step into that East Shield direction of illumination, clarity. Drop that sense that you are cursed. Remind yourself that you're a cycle breaker and that we work with purpose. Love yourself because you're worth it. Sit and enjoy and delight in everything in your world. Know that divine joy fills you with love, surrounds you with love. Start journaling. Start journaling your experiences, your joys, your happiness. Let love in and see your progress. Be reminded that you are a blessing. So thank you for joining me on this new moon. Thank you for commenting, for liking, and most of all, for sharing the idea that we are all connected. Be reminded that you're a blessing in this world. So if you're ready, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, open your eyes. Open your eyes to all of your blessings. So once again, clap your hands with joy and let that inner child play. Be silly. Play, dance, sing. And I offer you blessings to you, to me, and to all who listen.